here I'll see the relationship between positive discourse analysis and ecolinguistics, and through which I would try to explain how ecolinguistics can be presented as an example or can be used to promote positive discourse analysis. In one of their studies, Phil and Mulhosler, in their book, The Ecolinguistics Reader, have tried to figure out three possible relations between ecology and language. In first place, they have found that ecology can be used as a metaphor to explain various themes or ideas embedded in a language. So ecology is a powerful metaphor in various linguistic productions, including literary writing. So most of us who are fond of reading something in newspapers or in literature, they're quite familiar that ecology is one of the popular themes, especially in recent times. Then language and environment, it has been always a very popular relationship. Language is produced in its context, and then in its environment. We use language to explain environment, and environment affects the use of language in many ways. Then the critical ecolinguistics, the way linguistics can be used to explain, to promote, and to change positively in the ecology of the world we live in, or the context, immediate context we live in. Let's go further. Stipe defines this relationship as questioning the stories which has been popular in the civilizations we live in. And according to Stipe, these stories are quite unsustainable, similar to the civilization we live in. So therefore, he believes in exposing the stories that are clearly not working and that are leading to ecological destruction and social injustice. So Stipe believes that using positive discourse analysis and ecolinguistics, we should be able to expose all these stories which are actually making our contemporary civilizations unsustainable. Similarly, he also aims at providing new stories to these civilizations and new conditions under which the contemporary world may thrive, and which may help us face and solve the challenges we are confronting right now. So we need to produce new discourses also, which is obviously the main focus of positive discourse analysis. Stipe looks at the detailed analysis of the linguistic mechanisms by which the worldviews are constructed, reproduced, spread, and resisted. And while the eco side of such production and spread focuses on an ecological framework to look worldviews in preserving the conditions that support or sustain life in our world. So ecological linguistics or ecological view of positive discourse analysis would help us to focus on the problems which confront which the life on earth confronts, and also would focus on providing alternative frameworks in relation to the discourses which are disturbing the quality or the sustainability of our life. Therefore, we need to make new worldviews which can help the sustenance of a better life for all people on earth. Then Stipe further argued that the term critical does not imply being negative all the time. Rather, if you provide an alternative that may be critical, so that is the sense of critical which commonly prevails in overall critical discourse analysis also. For example, ecolinguistics challenges the universal code that sees unlimited economic growth as both possible thing, as well as something which is the goal of us also. So ecolinguistics basically challenges such narratives, because they actually challenge the very essence of humanity. They are against the quality and sustainability of life for all on earth. Positive aspects in response to such discourses aim to seek out and promote potentially those discourses which can help protect and preserve the conditions that support life. And this can be done through creating an awareness about various positive discourses and the role of language in ecological destruction and protection. How language can play a vital role by developing and spreading certain discourses about the preservation of our civilizations. And then this could be done by informing policy or educational development in a certain context. Can also be done by redesigning existing texts. They may be or producing new texts. These texts may be academic or popular texts. They both can be redesigned or changed, or they can be replaced by new text. And then Stibe also finds ecolinguistics and PDA are distinct from CDA in a way that CDA looks into hidden ideologies and raising awareness about these hidden ideologies, whereas PDA and ecolinguistics, they both focus on the promotion of positive and alternative text in response to those texts which promote unequal distribution of power or ideologies among people. And more specifically, it is an analysis of the specific clustering of linguistic features that convey the worldview of positive text. For example, a scientific knowledge about certain field of science which does not dehumanize or which does not devalue other species than man. It may be a positive discourse. Then those discourses which resist imposed metaphors from the West, and those which reassert the traditional metaphors of local cultures, they can be considered positive discourses because they believe in empowering certain local communities. Then design and maybe another consideration. There have been a lot of debate about positive discourse analysis, but there has been little work on a calculated and more scientific design for PDA, and which can affect the uptake of both dominant and alternative discourses. There is a lot of debate still needed, in my opinion, to develop such design. However, McGilchrist has considered 5 discursive strategies to question dominant discourses, dominant messages, which discriminate on various grounds to human life on Earth, and their potential for uptake. These 5 counter strategies may be used for producing positive discourse also. For example, logical inversion. It's a straightaway counter to the stated facts, which are considered dominant and are involved in some kind of discrimination. According to McGilchrist, they must be straightaway ignored or disbelieved. Then parody, a mocking, a questioning of presupposed knowledge upon which certain discrimination is based. An author or a discourse analyst can simply create a parody of them. Then complexification, it's a two-sided account in which aspects of a story that do not fit the dominant frame are not filtered. And it's similar where because most of the reader do not go beyond headlines and the first paragraphs if they're not written by expert writers. So that's because of their complexification. And then there could be partial reframing, that means twisting or framing some part of a story or narrative or discourse to produce certain positive discourse or to produce certain agenda. Then it may also involve radical reframing, which means changing a complete inversion of the mainstream view of the issue and providing absolutely a different view about certain mainstream or dominant view for the promotion of positive things. It can be concluded that PDA and ecolinguistics can work together to promote better discourses which may support and enhance the quality of life on Earth.